in the making. To those mathematicians out there, this is actually the 24th anniversary of WrestleMania 1, it being 24 years ago. And many people will never forget the main event of that show where Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff and Roddy Piper faced the tag team of Mr. T and the Immortal Hulk Hogan. But just as instrumental as those four components were the cornermen. In the corner of Piper and Orndorff were the bodyguard of Roddy Piper, the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. And in the corner of Hogan and Mr. T to watch over Ace was the Superfly Jimmy Snuka. The bad blood continues to this day, and both men are about to meet in our second Legends contest. Bob Orton making sure Snuka understands the rules. Snuka was never accused of being a Rhodes Scholar, but certainly he is one of the all-time greatest in the history of this business. What Snuka did for the high-flying aspect of wrestling, many would say Bob Orton did for the mat-based aspect of professional wrestling. Superfly Jimmy Snuka currently slated to be a big part of WrestleMania 25 next week, where he will team with fellow Hall of Famers Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Roddy Piper, an old rival, to face Chris Jericho. But before Snuka thinks about Chris Jericho or Mickey Rourke or Ric Flair or anybody, he's got to get through the father of the youngest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment. Of course, Bob Orton's father, the Big O Bob Orton Sr., the late Bob Orton Sr., also a great wrestler in his day in the 50s and 60s. Orton looked like he was ready to tie up, but Snuka starts the mind games. And what must be going through the Cowboy's mind? Elbow tie-up, center of the ring. Ace backs to Superfly. Into the corner. Referee Bobby Williams asking for a clean break. And we do see it. Bob Orton telling referee Williams to keep an eye on Snuka, but certainly the Cowboy is no stranger to nefarious actions. Who can forget the year plus that he spent wearing that cast on his forearm, claiming he had a lingering injury? That cast was the instrumental turning point in the finish of that WrestleMania 1 main event when Orton accidentally nailed Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff with it off the top rope. Orton with a side headlock. Superfly trying to battle his way free, look for a wrist lock. He's got it, a standing wrist lock. Bob Orton in pain, trying to rear back and maybe hit a right hand, but nothing doing. Orton backs Snuka into the corner. And Orton gives a clean break again to our official. We got to wonder how long that's going to continue as both these men feel each other out. First time in many, many, many years that these two have met one another in the center of a ring. And Ace wants a timeout. Oh, now he's got a shoulder injury. A couple of decades ago it was the forearm, now it's the shoulder. Oh, come on now. Bob Orton stuck in a sucker punch with the left hand. Used the referee as a diversion. And Bob Orton now gonna unload on the Superfly with that trademark right fist. Double handful of hair, that's certainly illegal. Got a 5 count to break it. Ace just measures it. Bob Orton Jr. is no wasted motion in the ring. He is slow, he is calculated, he is effective. That's the way he's been for so many years. Bob Orton does not make mistakes. And right now, at least in his mind, he has Superfly Snuka right where he wants it. Orton rings out the arm. Certainly a big part of Jimmy Snuka's game plan are his strikes. Chops, martial arts thrusts, and the like. Orton can take away the arms and indeed the hands of Snuka. It's a big time advantage for Cowboy. Orton has a key lock on the arm. Shot to the short ribs. And Bob Orton again, just measuring Snuka. Just working him over. Keeping his breath, keeping his cool. Not doing anything to exacerbate himself.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Orton. Has Snuka in the corner, shoulder thrust now, series of them perhaps. And again, Orton just measures it. Every move counts. Orton gets the most out of every single thing he does in that ring. And this may be indeed a game of brains versus brawn. Orton. To fire away. Snuka tried to battle back, but Orton cut him off in a heartbeat. Pounding right between the shoulder blades of the original Phenom. And again, ripping away, pulling the hair, Snuka in the ropes as well. Blatant illegalities by Bob Orton. And Superfly, it's been several moments since Snuka's even been on his feet at this point. But Snuka fired back and caught him with a perfect shot right to the throat, but wasn't enough for Snuka to get the vertical base back. And Bob Orton right back up. There's a reason why men like Roddy Piper chose a man like Orton to be his bodyguard. Orton's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but he is one of the most dangerous. Snuka trying to find some salvation here, some distance between his body and Orton's. But again, Ace just relentlessly on him. No breathing room, but that may have been a very, very rare Cowboy Bob Orton mistake, trying to send Snuka head first into the turnbuckle. Snuka has a notoriously hard and thick head, and Orton, if he had forgotten it, may find out the hard way. Orton gonna rear back, but the damage has been done. And time for Jimmy Snuka to capitalize. And Orton is off his game. A chop by Snuka, second time. Orton is reeling. With Superfly, measures him in the corner. Orton goes to the eyes. Desperation move by Bob Orton, he had to. And Snuka just got sent face first into the turnbuckle. Not head first, but face first. That's gonna do some damage. Orton gonna charge, but shoulder first. Into the post. Snuka gets out of the way, and Orton finds out firsthand how thick the skull is of Jimmy Snuka. And Orton's down and prone. It could be time. Jimmy Snuka, are we gonna see some Superfly action? Superfly splash! splash down on Orton. Cover, and he's got it.
Here is your winner, Superfly, Snuka.
A war 24 years in the making may have been settled here this evening in Franklin, Pennsylvania. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, one more win over the ace Cowboy Bob Orton. And tonight, it was brawn over brains. It was flight over the cerebral tactics of Bob Orton. Jimmy Superfly Snuka heads into WrestleMania 25 with a big win.
Introducing to you first, the challengers and former champions, at a total combined weight of 460 pounds, escorted to the ring by Ricky Gambino, Ricky and Marshall, the Gambino brothers.
The Gambino brothers showed a change of heart when they sided against Norm Connors and his crooked politics. We saw the Gambinos carry out a fight for something lawful and just for a change. The Gambinos respect.
Their opponents hail from Dayton, Ohio, and on the ring, IWC Tag Team Champions, the team of David J. Chris, the Irish Airborne.
The Gambinos respect what teams like sexual harassment were able to accomplish on their own hard work and their own technique and their own skill. The Gambinos do not respect a tag team like Irish Airborne, who are only the tag team champions because of favoritism in the boardroom, because the boss, Norm Connors, feels that Irish Airborne better represent what IWC should be about, as opposed to the Gambinos or sexual harassment. As a result, the Gambinos, well, if Irish Airborne escaped tonight with the tag team championships, I'm sure the Gambinos would have made them earn it. In the ring it is Dave and Jake Chris, the two brother teams battling it out in this matchup. Dave is on the left side of the ring, Jake on the right. They have been a tag team for a number of years now, but certainly the Gambinos have as well, and certainly have known each other all their lives. Irish Airborne not making any friends in Franklin, as can be expected. And Irish Airborne not very intimidated thus far. As Jake Chris starts this matchup out with nice guy Mickey Gambino. The Gambinos resent the fact that the Airborne were led directly to the titles by IWC management over what some would say are far more deserving teams by the like the Gambinos. And keep in mind, the Irish Airborne are arguably the greatest team in the state of Ohio right now. They've been all over the country. But as far as proving themselves in IWC competition, no tag team can match up to the Gambinos or sexual harassment. Mickey in control. Marshall. Down in control of the arm of Jake Christ. The Gambinos are more power wrestlers than Airborne. Airborne can mat wrestle, they can strike, they can fly. There's not much they can't do. When you're talking about power, how can you bet against 280 pounds plus of Marshall the Bull? Tag is in. Mickey drives down with a double sledge on Jake Christ. We saw the Airborne as well as the Best Around involve themselves in a mutual admiration society. They were both on the take. Saw them attack sexual harassment before the Gambinos made the save. And we would have never thought that Mickey and Marshall Gambino would have come down to help Eric Ecstasy and Justin Idol, especially with the mob warfare, the gang-like tactics that we've seen in the past from the Gambinos. But the Gambinos have always known when they've been beaten in a fight. Sexual harassment have done it before. Airborne, one would suggest, have not. Dave Christ is tagged in and didn't have the smoothest of entrances. I don't think the Gambinos are going to give Airborne time to regroup. This match is taken to the outside, and with the brawling tactics of the Gambinos, the striking tactics of Airborne, Marshall sends Jake right into brother Dave. That's a wash as far as who that would favor. Down to 7. They got till 10 to get back into the ring, and I don't think the Gambinos want to win by a countout. Certainly, they want to capture the IWC Tag Team Championship, what I believe would be the 5th time, which is a record. Well, the fans want to see an exchange, and in comes the Bull. And he is somebody you do not want to mess with. Collar and elbow. Marshall, with just brute strength and power, pushes Dave Christ all the way out of the ring and stops to fix his tie. And Marshall going to show the brothers Christ that you're not just going to walk all over everybody else and get handed the tag championship. And no real description necessary on how that felt. Jake Christ's reaction pretty much says it all. Marshall firing away. Forearm shot, strikes. Dave Christ in trouble, and that's near 300 pounds. On the back of the neck, Marshall rolls through the Italian salute and the right cross. Marshall goes for the cover. Could this be half a count away from new tag team champions? Tag in to make the frequent tags from the Gambinos thus far. Smart strategy in the early going. Dave Christ tries to create some offense here. Sends Mickey right into Jake Christ, and that was a very calculated maneuver. That was not an accident, nor was them depositing
5 minutes has elapsed. 5 minutes.
Mickey Gambino on the Irish Airborne side of the ring. Those are very thin mats at ringside that offer very little protection for Mickey Gambino. We have a cover, 2 and no. I just hope we don't see involvement from Norm Connors in this matchup. We know he's made it abundantly clear the people he does and doesn't want representing his promotion as champion. As we see a front guillotine choke by Jake Christ with a body scissors as well. Judgment called. The referee decided that was not a tap out as Mickey muscles his way back to his feet. Free again, but Jake Christ with a double handful of hair. Christ. Boot rake right across the face of Mickey Gambino. And now going to choke Mickey Gambino with Mickey's own suspenders. Christ certainly using their surroundings to their advantage. And Christ with some very unkind gesturing to Vicky Gambino, the sister of Mickey and Marshall. Oh, that's the big move, says Dave Christ. A lateral press, but certainly took too much time to get there. And now back to choking away at Mickey Gambino, who's been isolated. And we see the Jeff Gorman trademark Phantom Audio tag by Irish Airborne. Chancery by Jake Christ, neutralizing Mickey Gambino, wearing away. Probably won't get a submission here, but you're going to wear down Gambino and set him up for future offense that may get a victory. Mickey breaks the grasp, look out. Jake Christ dropped down, and Mickey tried to quicken the pace. So that's advantage Irish Airborne, no matter how you slice it. And Jake Christ, cover again. Marshall Gambino gets involved, and that momentary distraction gave Mickey precious moments he needed. Marshall could see his brother start to fade fast here, as the brother tandem of Irish Airborne systematically dissect the nice guy. Jake Christ with a chin lock. Mickey tried to bridge up, but Christ used all of his weight to just drop down. Dave Christ plants the foot. Airborne certainly proud of themselves. Why wouldn't they? They got the boss in their back pocket. They have favoritism from the front office. But that's not going to be enough to save them in between the ropes. They got to get the job done, and they can, and they have, and they may. But the question is, are they too pampered by Norm Connor to actually put forth the full effort? And Dave Christ will need to put forth the full effort to have much of a social life after Mickey Gambino's offense. And Jake Christ cuts off the attempted Gambino tag at the last second. Christ pulled Mickey toward the Airborne corner, then tried to tag to Dave Christ. Tag hand to boot is legal. And Mickey, who once found himself maybe just a few inches away from Marshall, now finds himself, well, now trying to crawl towards center ring at least, but Mickey far, far away from that much needed tag. Dave Christ trying to, well, shake off some cobwebs, let's say, as Jake Christ with the chin lock. And notice Jake Christ riding Mickey Gambino, leaning over top of him, making Mickey Gambino not only carry all of Mickey's 220 pounds, but all the weight of Jake Christ as well. And Mickey's adrenaline begins to flow, his body begins to adjust.
In about 10 minutes.
And Mickey gets it right in the eyes. It's a spine buster by nice guy Mickey. Jake Christ is down.
Goodbye, buddy.
Dave Christ not too happy, but these fans are all about the Gambinos now. Tag to Dave Christ, tag to Marshall. And Dave Christ knows what's coming. The tie comes off. Marshall being in business now. Marshall fires away on both Airborne. Dave Christ for the ride, huge clothesline. Wait, tag to Mickey again? That might be a mistake. Mickey can't even stand at this point. But Marshall Gambino has a plan. Mickey charges with a splash. Marshall as well, he connects you. And Dave Christ is down. And Jake Christ would be, if not for the corner. Gambino's ready to unload. The 10 count, but Mickey is hard on the outside. Mind you how fatigued Mickey is. And Dave Chris with a big time miscue. Nailed his own brother. And Marshall with a huge spear. The Bull takes Dave Chris down. Could we be looking at a Gambino title win? Dave Chris is favoring the knee. But meanwhile, it's Jake Chris with Marshall Gambino, but Marshall's not down yet. A forearm, down to a knee, but still not down. And Jake Chris, a third explosion, finally takes Marshall the Bull down. Oh, wait a second. That's Mickey Gambino, and that's Jake Chris. Come on now. Wait a second. Jake Chris, you gotta believe that's a loaded purse. What? What did she just do? To her own brother? We knew there was infighting in the Gambino family for months, but I thought all the rifts had been solved. I thought everyone went their separate ways. Marshall just got hit with what you gotta believe is a loaded purse. Mickey's still the legal man. That's the Irish air raid. And that's it. But why did Mickey Gambino do that?
Your winners and still IWC Tag Team Champions, the Irish Airborne.
Irish Airborne victorious. Hardware do you need? A steel chain with probably a 5 or 10 pound metal weight, and it was right upside the skull of Marshall Gambino. You gotta wonder if this was premeditated all along. You gotta wonder if Irish Airborne knew. One thing you don't gotta wonder, the boss must be happy. His chosen ones got the win. Irish Airborne steal one from the Gambinos, but they did not earn it. That's what it boils down to with the Gambinos. Respect and earning what you get in battle. That's not what we saw tonight. And Mickey Gambino is going to have hell to pay. I have no doubt Kamala could possibly devour an ordinary man whole, but Sergeant Slaughter is no ordinary man, as we mentioned. And who's proudly served our country in battle. Famous for his boot camp matches with Hulk Hogan, with Pat Patterson, with so many other Hall of Fame greats throughout the years. As we mentioned, former commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation champion. He defeated the Ultimate Warrior for that honor. And now he is toe-to-toe with Kamala. The bell is sounded, we're underway. I am Joe Dombrowski ringside, bringing you our third Legends match of the evening. And yes, folks, there's still more to come. As Stephen Coulter trying to get Kimchi to the outside of the ring. And again, that Kimchi looks very suspicious to me. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before, but I'm not quite sure. I seem to remember the last time Kimchi was in Franklin, Pennsylvania, he was quite a bit heftier. So I'm not quite sure exactly what the situation here is. But Kimchi is still on the apron. And Slaughter turned his back for just a moment. And that's all Kamala needed. The Ugandan headhunter who has terrorized every area of the world he's ever been in, and Kimchi wastes no time getting involved. He lost his hat, but he's still got a grip on Sergeant Slaughter, choking him on the top rope. And Stephen Coulter oblivious. Kamala first came to pass in the Memphis territory around 1980. He had a memorable feud with Jerry the King Lawler. From there, he moved on to World Class Championship Wrestling during its boom period when it was Von Erichs versus Freebirds. Kamala's been in and out of the NWA, the World Wrestling Federation, WCW, all over the world. And everywhere he went, he has left a path of destruction and a trail of victims a mile long. And we've seen Kamala do battle with Jerry Lawler here in IWC. We've seen him do battle with Superfly Jimmy Snuka in a prior Legends event. And Kamala, cinching in a nerve hold, focusing on the trapezius muscle of Sergeant Slaughter. Kamala may be untamed, he may not be housebroken, but he is deceptively intelligent in ways to hurt you. Crowd starting to come alive for Sergeant Slaughter here, but how much will it take? And Kamala, Kimchi has taught Kamala well. Kamala baited the referee, while Kimchi gets his cheap shots in. What is Kamala doing? And Kamala buries the edge of that palm, that hand, right into the throat, right into the larynx, and back to the nerve hold again. Sergeant Slaughter is in big time trouble here. You're in a nerve hold that will numb the entire side of your body. You will lose feeling. You will lose your reactionary skills. And if your reactionary skills are not pinpoint precision, that leaves you very vulnerable to anything Kamala decides to do to you. And whatever Kamala does, Kamala will enjoy. Willing Slaughter on. Slaughter just being punished, just being slowly worn out. You can almost see the energy being drained out of the body of Sergeant Slaughter. And Kamala trying to continue to cinch in, but Slaughter can feel this crowd beginning to adapt somehow here, get back to his feet. Can he? Kamala's knees are shaking. Kamala's grip is weakening. And Slaughter, out of nowhere, the Cobra Clutch. Slaughter's pet maneuver for 3 decades nearly. But can Kamala, will Kamala submit? Does he know the meaning of the word submit? I have never seen Kamala give up in a fight, but he very well could pass out. The arm drops once. Kimchi's complaining of a choke, and Kimchi, I think he knows Kamala's out. Kimchi had to get involved, but he only may be delaying the inevitable. And Slaughter, oh look out, Kimchi going to get some comeuppance for this entire match. Kamala's dazed, but Kimchi ducks, Kamala charges, and Kamala knocked out Kimchi with a chop to the head. And it's the Slaughter cannon. Slaughter with a cannon, the cover, and the Sarge gets the win.
Here is your winner, Sergeant Slaughter.
Slaughter is victorious. Kamala, I believe, is complaining about a pool of the tights. There was none. Kimchi's gonna buy it, of course. Oh no. Kimchi, or whoever this guy is really overstepping his bounds here. And now, the Cobra Clutch on Kimchi. Kimchi is fading fast. The Sarge teaching some discipline to the handler of Kamala. Slaughter won, as if you couldn't guess. And wait a second. I think Slaughter's as curious as I am as to who exactly this goof is. A snapmare, and now let's see who's behind the hood. Kimchi's out. He can't defend himself. Wait a second. Wait. Chest flexor? Chest flexor was Kimchi? What the hell's he doing as Kimchi? I don't think he's been Kimchi all these years. Well, chest flexor always finds a way to get himself in an unfavorable predicament. Tonight was no different. Sergeant Slaughter wins. Kamala and chest flexor, they're dismissed, and that's in order. The Starge stands tall in Franklin, Pennsylvania.
Earlier tonight, Franklin's own piece of crap, Lumberjack Leroux, stuck his... Listen to me, Bushwhacker Luke. This show isn't about you. Right now it's about me. And you high-five your boyfriend, because we both know what's going to go on later tonight. So, what I decided was to book one extra special match tonight, because we all want to see Lumberjack Leroux pinned on the mat. 1, 2, 3.
What a fat slob. What a fat slob.
Right.
He looks like he's losing weight though, doesn't he?
You're gonna announce?
Well, all the stress he has with half his roster mad at him for showing favoritism, you'd think he would be. We are back with the second half of IWC's 5th annual Night of Legends. I am Joe Dombrowski, and I am joined by a man that I never thought I would actually get along with. Delicious Jimmy DeMarco, the Prime Minister of Perversion and Perpetual Pervert of Pittsburgh. Precisely.
That's because now that I'm Norm Connor's enemy, it's like that old saying, like, my enemy's enemy is my boyfriend, according to you, right?
Is it hot in here?
Dude, boyfriend is an affectionate phrase for another man who's a friend of yours. It doesn't have to mean relationship as in sex. Correct?
Are you sure?
Hey, I don't know what your definition of boyfriend is.
I don't know what yours is either.
I know what Norm Connor's is. This guy whose tongue's in my mouth. Not my mouth, Norm Connor's mouth.
I can clarify that. Well, from that disturbing picture to a man with a very evil tongue of his own, the veteran of 30-plus years from Bourbon Street, New Orleans, the timeless Lord Zoltan, making his way to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall and a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, escorted to the ring by the Big Daddy of Destruction, J-Rock. He represents
What's Norm doing?
and escorted to the ring by IWC promoter Norm Connors.
Oh, it's just like old days.
From Bourbon Street, New Orleans, weighing at 222 pounds, Lord Zoltan.
In this cute, Norm Connors is trying to relive his youth. He's having a midlife crisis right in front of 1,500 people.
Remember what I said about him liking guys' tongues in his mouth? Exhibit A, that's all I have to say.
I'll just be over here. Jimmy DeMarco, I thought that, or at least you convinced some people that you have some degree of authority around here. You influence championship matches, for the better, I might add. But who let J-Rock back in here?
You know what? He snuck in because if I was in the back, running the locker room like I run it, I would not let him in. I would have him go to the front door and buy a ticket. Buy a ticket.
15 years ago, Lord Zoltan broke me into the business. Tonight, he's taking Lumberjack Leroux out of the business. Play his music more.
That's not all he broke on Norm.
I don't know how to follow that. But
This entrance music is so, you know, and I don't know what the word is. It's epic.
well, it is. It's a very grandiose entrance for Lord Zoltan.
It really fits the love story between Norm and Zoltan and J-Rock. A true love triangle, a threesome, if you will.
The visuals in my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Zoltan is a very accomplished wrestler. He's wrestled everybody from Bruno Sammartino to Reckless Youth and everywhere in between, and he shows no signs of stopping. Zoltan is a true independent wrestling legend, and Mr. DeMarco, this is hatred that spills over from 1 year ago.
His opponent hails from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. Weighs in at 280 pounds. Lumberjack Leroux.
A year ago, Juicy James, Lumberjack Leroux defeated J-Rock in the center of the ring, and we also saw a very violent and bloody confrontation between Lumberjack Leroux and Wildfire Tommy Rich against Lord Zoltan and Abdul the Butcher. 1 year later, we revisit this war as we revisit Franklin.
Well, you have to understand the rivalry between J-Rock and Lumberjack Leroux. Lumberjack cuts wood. He destroys wood, which is J-Rock's favorite food.
All right, well, I'm not even going to attempt to decipher or define that.
You see Norm running from Lumberjack? You would think that Norm would be running towards such a burly, masculine dude.
This will never make air. Norm Connors, J-Rock, Lord Zoltan, it's 3-on-1 right now, which certainly does not bode well for the good Lumberjack, the Venango County native.
Lumberjack Leroux, he doesn't care about odds. None of that matters to him. You know what it says on the Statue of Liberty? It says, bring me your masses, huddled with axes, so I can beat asses.
Don't think it says that at all.
Lumberjack Leroux is America, just like the Patriot is.
Lord Zoltan has a crutch, Lumberjack Leroux has an axe.
I'm gonna go with the guy with the axe.
I think that's a pretty good equalizer for the 3-on-1 disadvantage.
Exactly. Do you think Lumberjack Leroux bleeds maple syrup?
I thought he was American a minute ago, now you're talking about Canada.
Well, they make maple syrup in America, don't they?
I don't know. I'm not a maple syrup connoisseur. But
Everything is made in America, dude.
is it now?
In one form or another.
Well, you could only be made in America.
Exactly.
Only one Jimmy DeMarco, and by God, he's my pal whether I like it or not.
Dude, you have no idea the urge I'm fighting to just go across this guardrail and trash Norm's face.
Well, we appreciate you resisting a lot of urges that you get when you're at this broadcast booth. And certainly, all of us would like to see that based on these past couple of months, but I think Lumberjack Leroux can hold his own.
I agree with you. He's a burly man.
He is. That's an accurate statement. And Lumberjack Leroux seems a bit impatient about the machinations of Lord Zoltan right now.
The what did you say? The masturbation?
The machination.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are. I'll be very sorry I invited you out here, but be that as it may.
Check out the physique on Zoltan. Now that's something that's intimidating. Oh, this crowd rallying behind the Lumberjack.
We're talking about Zoltan's physique, but he really doesn't need a great physique. He is a master of psychology, the human game of chess. Nobody plays mind games quite like Lord Zoltan.
Psychology comes from the mind, and that's a muscle that doesn't punch. Lumberjack's body is a fine-tuned, wood-cutting machine.
Yes, it is. Action about ready to get underway. Finally, Bobby Williams, the referee assigned to this matchup. Zoltan doesn't like the noise, but Lumberjack Leroux, certainly a crowd favorite.
This has to be one of the craziest Night of Legends crowds we've ever had, Dombrowski.
Oh, absolutely. It's a raucous crowd. It's a spillover crowd. Chuck Roberts talked about it earlier, the most successful Legends show to date. The SNO signs went out early. Standing room only here in Rocky Grove High School. Zoltan not exactly very well liked. Perhaps it's his choice and company that's the problem.
There's a group of children right behind us that wants J-Rock's flesh. They want his blood. I think Lumberjack Leroux is going to deliver.
There's some vindictive children here in Franklin.
They are. They grow the mean here.
Nothing mean about that reaction.
Listen to that.
J-Rock's not happy.
I would be angry if I were J-Rock too.
Not much love for Zoltan. But with Lumberjack, it's unique.
For those of our fans at home that don't know, J-Rock is wearing a brand new J-Rock t-shirt that was shipped to Africa and other third world countries, along with the Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl shirts that weren't sold because they lost. So merchandise that doesn't really sell goes over to Africa, Istanbul, all those other places to keep kids warm. So J-Rock, you know, at the end of the day, he isn't that bad. He supplies merchandise that does not sell, such as Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl champion t-shirt.
We understand. Thank you for being so clear on that. As J-Rock gets involved, illegally wrenching the arm of Lumberjack Leroux across the top ring cable.
Now that's just wrong. Bobby Williams, I have a little bit of authority. I will be fining him $1,600 for that.
That's terrible. You're not even wearing your necktie. At least now where I can see it.
Yeah, it's on. You just can't see it.
Oh, God. Zoltan with the wrist lock. Standing wrist lock on Lumberjack Leroux. And once again, J-Rock. Oh, another day at the office for the Big Daddy of Destruction.
Man, J-Rock doesn't know a wrist lock from a wrist lock, Daddy.
Lumberjack Leroux in a great deal of pain right now. Lord Zoltan, the master of psychology, certainly with the upper hand right now. And Zoltan's in firm control of the Lumberjack.
J-Rock needs to pay more attention here. He has his back to the action.
Leroux with the reversal. And Zoltan about to be the recipient of a very unwelcome assist.
Bobby Williams, what are you doing?
Well, who's he going to disqualify? Big time miscommunication from J-Rock and Lord Zoltan. Zoltan just gave it up one time.
He did indeed.
And just like that, the psychological advantage has been erased.
That's why it doesn't pay to have J-Rock in your corner. He does not pay attention.
Now another tie-up, Lord Zoltan. Wrenches the arm again, has the wrist.
He's a lumberjack. Shouldn't every match be a lumberjack match with all of his friends around ringside to protect him?
Well, I think that would take too much of a page out of the Norm Connors playbook. I don't think Lumberjack needs any help with his back.
Would you describe him as a luscious lumberjack?
I wouldn't, but I'm assuming that you're about to.
I wouldn't.
Oh.
I was trying to read your mind.
Lumberjack Leroux in control of Lord Zoltan.
These fans are having an argument over yeah and no. This is the most indecisive crowd ever.
I think the crowd's pretty decisive. I think they just changed their mind.
That's true. They love their lumberjacks here and wherever the heck we're at. Night of Legends.
Yes, we're in Night of Legends. Leroux reverses the wrist lock again.
Textbook wrist lock.
Our verbal debate continues.
Gone by 5 minutes.
Not going to get Zoltan to submit to a wrist lock.
How can Chuck Roberts keep time on such a timeless, epic confrontation?
Zoltan looking for salvation in the ropes. Bobby Williams forces the break.
Well, you know what, Joe? We are lucky that Norm Connor's left ringside because every time he's at ringside, time stops. It stands still because it's timeless when Norm Connors is out there.
Is it now?
Because he's up there with Ultimate Warrior and you know what I mean, the great legends of the sport.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Thank you.
Certainly Norm Connors didn't think that you were of legendary status since he decided to lay this big claim that yourself and Shiima are not worthy of competing for the heavyweight championship.
Well, Norm's back. Look at J-Rock cheek. This is ridiculous.
You don't mince words, do you?
Oh, here we go. Thank God George Steele's here.
Oh my God, it's the Animal! The original oddity of professional wrestling!
Fight him, George! Fight him! Oh my God.
All hell is broken loose!
George Steele came to get him some.
He's getting in the ring! I think Zoltan has some big time problems right now.
Oh my God.
The Animal sizing him up. There's another tongue for you, DeMarco. And Zoltan just got scared into a pinfall.
And the crowd goes nuts.
George the Animal Steele has J-Rock. The Animal hammering away. Big right. Down goes J-Rock.
Oh no, not this.
A lumberjack drop.
The winner of this bout, Lumberjack Leroux.
Thank God George Steele came out to even the odds.
George the Animal Steele was watching and did not like what he saw. The Animal gets involved, and who's going to forget this moment? Oh, wait a second.
He's hungry.
He's sizing up the turnbuckle. Time for a snack for George the Animal Steele. No, that's IWC
Bobby
property.
Williams is getting fined $2,600 now for not letting George the Animal Steele eat. Feed him, man.
I think
Yeah.
George is going to eat one way or the other.
These fans want to watch George eat.
They do. But again, Bobby Williams is trying to protect company property.
Oh, come on. IWC has enough investors that we can pay for a turnbuckle time.
Hey, who's going to clean up that mess, though?
Norm Connors.
I think George found his favorite turnbuckle. Time to eat. George Steele digging in. Found some stuffing.
He just ate. Do you think turnbuckles are his favorite food?
Haven't seen him eat much else.
You know what my favorite food is?
I don't want to ask. And now Lumberjack's going to take a bite. Lumberjack digs in.
Unbelievable. What a moment.
This meal may continue in the back. George the Animal Steele and Lumberjack Leroux.
What's he going to eat in the back?
I'm guessing the rest of his turnbuckle. Huge ovation for George the Animal Steele as he returns to Western Pennsylvania.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for Lumberjack Leroux. And how about his partner, the legend, the Hall of Famer, George the Animal Steele.
Great moment tonight, and if we can paraphrase George the Animal Steele, I'm sure after this moment he feels that Franklin, PA is nice. What's he doing out here? Why is he still dressed like
Do
that?
you see what I have to put up with? Do you see what I have to go through? Norm Connors sends me out wearing a mask.
Put the mask
Wearing this.
in the bag.
And I get put in a Legends match when I'm a future legend myself. Yeah. And I have to deal month after month getting put in matches where A, I'm either knocked out beforehand, or B, it's an unfair advantage. C, I was put in a world title match. I was expecting to get tossed around. I had helium canisters in my legs. When Raymond threw me up in the air, I was going to let him loose. I was going to fly. Release him from my legs, drop down on him, hit him 1, 2, 3 for the World Heavyweight Championship.
What?
But he put me in the headlock, and he knocked me out. So tonight in Franklin, you're going to get the chest flexor experience. Because I'm demanding anybody in the back to come out and face me right now.
A chest flexor open invitational? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess we figured out why he was kimchi. Management apparently trying to humiliate another member of the roster, as if putting him against Rowe wasn't enough. Why does Norm hate chest flexor? Come on now. No offense to Flexor, but he's not exactly a main eventer. Oh God.
Introducing Chest Flexor's opponent. He is Total Protection, Mr. Hughes.
A man who served as a bodyguard from everyone from the York Foundation, to Harley Race, to Chris Jericho. Hired protection, total protection, Mr. Hughes. And it's been quite a number of years since Mr. Hughes has made his rounds in the world of professional wrestling. But it seems that he's accepted the chest flexor challenge. And Flexor and Stephen Coulter, our referee, having some degree of an argument. I think Flexor's starting to regret his decision here. You know, Chest Flex is a good kid. Tries hard, means well, but he keeps ending up in these situations. No, just leave. Chest, please leave. Go. Stop the pain, get the hook. Chest flexor. Tapped out to a side headlock last month. Now he's getting angry. This is not good. No. Flexor, just please, just leave. I don't want to watch. Mr. Hughes is a very dangerous man. He's protected very dangerous men. Triple H once hired him for protection because he can do clotheslines like that. No. Hard slam. This is poor chest flexor. Vertical suplex coming up. I guess I should attempt to call this as if this was a competitive match. Suplex, is that it? Oh. Mr. Hughes is not done with playtime yet. And I admire Flexor issuing an open challenge, but do you not know the kind of people that were here? Into the buckle goes Flexor, chest chi, whatever you want to call him. This is not going to end well. Mr. Hughes continues to press the advantage on Flexor, who made this very brazen challenge. And to the outside he goes. Hopefully to take a count out. No, he's going to get followed. This is a rather one-sided contest. And of course we need a chair. Mr. Hughes has a chair. Oh no. Well, they call him the Roughneck for a reason. And he did have a lengthy stay in ECW. Shane Douglas, yet another one of the many, many stars he bodyguarded for. And now into the post, as this gets more and more uncomfortable to watch as the bloodletting continues. Mr. Hughes dragging Flexor all the way around the ring. Oh no, now what? A pile driver? No! Are you kidding me? Flexor just got pile driven on this thinly protected floor. Mr. Hughes could have ended this matchup 2 or 3 minutes ago. It may be over now. Hughes sends Flexor back in the ring. It's got to be it. He's pinned the guy already. Flexor's had to wrestle Rowe. He's had to wrestle low key. He's been through so much. That's it. Thankfully. What, there's more? Oh no. You prove your point. Sidewalk slam. You prove your point. And now again, somebody's got to do something about this. 8-second sidewalk slam, high elevation. This was no contest from the get-go. And now he's bullying the referee. And to the outside he goes.
Here is your winner, Mr.
Mr. Hughes is victorious. It was academic. It was almost a day off. Chest Flexor's open invitational did not go as planned. Mr. Hughes continues his reputation as the Roughneck. But what more unfortunate fate is next in the evolving career of Chest Flexor?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, set for one fall in a 45-minute time limit, is one half of our double main event, and it is for the IWC Championship.
No more controversy is swirling more than between Leroux, Shiima and the IWC Championship picture. I am Joe Dabrowski, now joined by somebody who also has a bit of a vested interest in this matchup. He seems to be one of the chosen ones.
Hey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Taylor, he represents
But I am Dave Christ.
former champion from Cleveland, America, weighing in at 235 pounds, Raymond.
Well, regardless, we are joined by one half of the IWC Tag Team Champions, Mr. Dave Christ of Airborne. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. I just want to see a man's man wrestler like Leroux.
Well, Leroux, for so many years, was thought of as a man's man.
He is a man's man.
But it seemed that he took a bit of a shortcut and played company politics to get the IWC title.
That's just the name of the game there. Just the name of the game.
Of course, 350-pound plus Shane Taylor at ringside as well. And we are joined by the man who, by hook or by crook, defeated Leroux for the heavyweight championship at our last live event. Thanks to some manipulation from Jimmy DeMarco, this man is our new heavyweight champion for the second time. But it seems that he is on his way to other endeavors in the wrestling business.
Absolutely makes me sick. A man could not enjoy or like this guy right here.
IWC champion, Shiima.
I don't even like to say his name because when I think of him, he makes me sick. He is not a man's man.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But Shiima earned the World Heavyweight Championship.
Earned, definitely not.
Let's talk about his first reign. He survived a 2-day, 16-man tournament, beat Jimmy DeMarco in the finals, but promoter Norm Connors decided that Shiima and DeMarco weren't worthy, quote unquote, of competing in the main event picture. And ever since then,
Oh yeah, real big.
well, ever since then, we've seen Norm Connors pick and choose who he wants to represent his company, and certainly Ray Rowe will be at the top of that list. Ray Rowe struck Shiima Xion with a hammer to cost Shiima the championship back in the new beginning.
Look how cocky he is. Ray Rowe is very cool, calm, and collected. You can tell that Shiima is very scared. He's standing in the ring, scared. Don't for 1 minute think that that is cockiness or confidence. That is a scared man in the ring.
Well, Ray Rowe is an emotionless assassin. He is the baddest man in IWC.
And quite possibly the planet.
Very true. But Shiima Xion has never backed down from Ray Rowe before. I believe this would be their 4th meeting, and Shiima Xion has always taken it to Ray Rowe head on.
Well, let's think about it. If he doesn't, then he loses the title. He has to wrestle this man. He has to wrestle him. It's not that he wants to or that he's willing to. He has to, or he loses the title.
Well, that is true. Keep in mind, a month ago, Ray Rowe was given a gimme. He was given a bye. He was
there's no such thing as a gimme.
He defended his championship against Chest Flexor and won in about 3 minutes with a side headlock. What would you call that?
I call that sheer genius.
On somebody's
Ladies
part,
and gentlemen, I've just been informed by the challenger, Ray Rowe. Ray Rowe will not start the match. In fact, he will leave if you guys chant, "Cleveland sucks! Cleveland sucks! Cleveland sucks! Cleveland sucks!"
Cleveland does not suck.
You know that never works. Well, I don't think Ray Rowe leaving is going to do Ray Rowe any favors right now.
It's all head game. Shiima's going to turn his back and Ray Rowe's going to get him. Watch him.
Well, it could very well happen, but after the Ray Rowe Chest Flexor match a month ago, Jimmy DeMarco coerced Ray Rowe into having a championship match with Shiima Xion on the spot, impromptu. Now, DeMarco...
Oh, and that was fair? And that was fair.
Some of those head games for you. DeMarco may have not had the authority, but either way, they had a verbal binding agreement for that matchup. The title change is valid, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
But it seems to be fair because Shiima did it. See, this is the type of politics that you're talking about.
Shiima didn't instigate anything. Shiima's after a fair fight here, not get hit in the head with a hammer.
Fair fight?
That's what it was.
Who said anything about a hammer? A hammer was never into play.
All right, well, let's talk about that
Ray
match.
Rowe won the match fair and square.
Let's talk about that match last month.
Okay, we can talk about last month.
When there were 5 different individuals interfering on Ray Rowe's behalf.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not.
That never happened.
There's a side headlock by Ray Rowe.
Do you have proof?
I'm sure it's on videotape, thanks to our good friends at Digital Horizons at phvideos.com. I'll talk to Tony F. I'll get it done.
There's no need for that. I can assure you that that never happened.
I'll take your word for it, then.
Yeah, take my word for it, dummy.
Rowe with a side headlock on Shiima Xion. And certainly, the problems with Shiima Xion and Norm Connors have escalated.
And look at that headlock.
It's a great headlock. He's won matches with that headlock.
I know, he's great.
But Shiima Xion is sick of the mistreatment. He's sick of the glass ceiling here. So he took his options elsewhere. Yes. I know you haven't been a victim of the glass ceiling. You're a tag champion.
Well,
but I think Shiima Xion...
That's probably because we're the best in the Midwest. And quite possibly in the East and the West as well.
I can't deny that arguably you're the best team in Ohio, possibly beyond. But certainly
beyond?
When it comes to IWC competition, you got the Gambinos, sexual harassment. Their history speaks for itself as well.
And like I said, there's no competition here.
Oh. Look at Shiima Xion trying to bridge his shoulders off the canvas to prevent the pinning combination. Great strength by Shiima, but Ray Rowe certainly with a decisive power advantage in this match. But Shiima with the agility. Oh! Brings up into the Hurricane Rana.
Did you see him pull his hair?
He did not. And check out Shiima.
He pulled his hair again.
Shiima flies with a drop kick.
He pulled his hair and distracted the man.
Who pulled whose hair?
Ray Rowe got his hair pulled.
Where? Wait a second, watch Shiima here.
His chin.
Baseball slide. Roll out of the way. there you see the lethal strikes of Ray Rowe, but didn't last for long. Shiima with the baseball slide. Rowe is
Hit the man
down.
from behind. How fair was that?
It's not illegal.
Of course it's not, because Shiima Zion's doing it.
And Shane Taylor might be doing something now.
He's not doing anything.
He's distracting Shiima.
He's helping Shiima, telling him that his boot's untied.
Cover, Coulter down for the count to end now.
Come on, count faster, ref.
And now, just like that, the momentary distraction of Shane Taylor, Ray Rowe's in control.
He was helping him out, and these referees make me sick.
But as I was touching on a moment ago, Shiima Zion has signed a contract for the AAA promotion in Mexico. And I believe this is the final night of Shiima's IWC contractual commitments. So if Ray Rowe doesn't win tonight, what's going to happen to the championship? Shiima Zion has said, if Little Connors wants it, we'll have to go to Mexico to get it.
That's really not that far away, especially since we have talent all over the world. We are friends with some of the most talented people, and trust me, we're not beyond and above calling in a favor.
Well, that doesn't surprise me either. But Ray Rowe is...
You make me feel uncomfortable.
Well, the feeling's mutual.
Yeah, I might slap you.
No, you don't need that. Ray Rowe.
I want you to start. I want you to start being more fair about the way you call things here.
I'm trying, sir.
Yeah, trying. You're so pro Shiima and so against Ray Rowe. How can you be against a man that is so talented?
Ray Rowe's a hell of a talent.
You're right, he is. Keep saying that.
And he would have, arguably, he would have had the championship by now if not for the help of Norm Connors.
Norm Connors did not help him one bit.
All right.
He just helped him break out of his shell.
Break out of his shell now.
Break out of his shell.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's what Norm does.
It's a little bit frustrating. Wait, sunset flip. We have a cover, shoulders
He
down.
pulls the tights.
Rowe back up, measures with a huge clothesline.
Excuse me.
I understand. But it's a little frustrating to see somebody you've watched grow up since their first match, like I have for Shiima Zion, get shafted out of the championship by Norm Connors in almost a count of 3 in the ring.
And you know what really makes me sick? Think about this. Shiima Zion has the affection of all these fans, and all these fans hate Ray Rowe. So Ray Rowe is at a disadvantage because it's like the 6th man here with this audience. Just like it is in basketball and football and any other sport.
Right.
If you got the crowd support, you're more likely to do things and more likely to have that supercharged and you know what I'm talking about.
The extra burst of adrenaline.
That's it!
As we saw Shane Taylor get involved a moment ago, 2 count in the
And
ring.
how fair is that really? These fans are distracting Ray Rowe, trying to get into the head of Ray Rowe.
Well, I seem to remember a point in time when Ray Rowe was the most popular guy in the company until he made some questionable career choices.
Whatever. There's like, what, 1,500 people here tonight?
Sure.
So it's Ray Rowe versus 1,501 people, and you're against Ray Rowe. Obviously, that referee's against Ray Rowe. Everyone's against Ray Rowe. Ray Rowe has nobody watching his back.
I'll tell you what, Shane Taylor has the potential to do more damage at ringside than all 1,500 people in this building combined.
No. Shane is just there to make sure that no one jumps over the rail and come after Ray Rowe. He was there to help Shiima and explain to him that his shoe was untied, and Shiima didn't take his advice and try to help himself out.
Do you really believe what you're trying to sell us?
Yes, I believe in it. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Of course. Shiima Zion in trouble right now. He's fading fast. If that arm dropped the 3rd time, this match would have been over. But Shiima Zion has that second burst of adrenaline we talked about and is trying to will his way to his feet and get out of this Ray Rowe sleeper hold now. Shots with the elbow to create some distance. But Ray Rowe pulls Shiima back down.
He's a thinking man's wrestler.
Well, Ray Rowe is a very smart man, trained
Right,
extensively in amateur wrestling, mixed martial arts. He's without a doubt one of the most dangerous men in the world today. But Shiima Zion has the heart, has the resilience to get the job done. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
And we may see it right now.
No, we're not going to see it right now.
And if we do see it now, it's adios to Mexico IWC title.
That won't happen. It can't happen. Rowe vowed to everyone he will get the title back.
You can see the facial expression on Rowe begin to change. The intensity begins to heat
Can you
up.
see the frustration on Shiima's face? Look at the frustration. He's frustrated right now. Shiima's frustrated.
Shiima took his eye off
yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Yeah, that's a man focused, didn't it?
Shiima
Took his
was,
eye off the prize.
he was caught in the moment. You're right. That was a mistake. And Rowe more than smart enough to capitalize.
Need I say more? You just went ahead and said it for me.
But
Go
Rowe,
ahead and just say Rowe is quite possibly the greatest wrestler to ever live.
oh, if I go that far.
I would.
Especially now that the Night of Legends here. We're honoring past, present, and future.
And past, present, future, that would be Rowe.
Well, Rowe sure as hell the present, and he's sure as hell going to be the future
You're right,
for a long
he is.
time to come. Rowe with a charge, huge shot. Felt like half a clothesline, half an elbow.
I'm hoping that somebody in the top of these bleachers caught his head.
Cover, this could be your new champion, no, Shiima.
Come on, Ray.
Get the shoulder
Pull
up.
the tights.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
I said hook the leg.
Oh.
Hook the leg.
Desperation maneuver by Shiima Xion as he continues to will himself on.
This has been one great night, and it would top off this great night if Rowe just got the title.
And that's very possible. But watch Shiima, a hair quicker, but Rowe saw it coming.
Trying to hit a man from behind, a man clotheslined him out of the ring.
Shiima took a hard spill on the outside. Again, that very thin protection, which is more to protect the floor than it is these athletes.
And look at these vultures. These vultures are standing up, cheering for Shiima.
Huge thrust kick by Shiima. Oh no. Shiima gonna risk his life. Look out! Corkscrew! And the new Cleveland Mafia is down and out. You want to talk about high risk?
Come on,
10
Ray.
minutes gone by in this title bout. 10 minutes.
Even though Shiima Xion has been soured on company management, that still shows how much these fans and that championship means to him.
Oh, what? Because he's willing to risk his life? Oh, that really shows a lot.
I think it does.
Whatever.
Shiima's on top.
Come on, Ray. Turn around, Ray. Come on, Ray!
Hot missile drop kick. Shiima.
Come on, kick out.
He's on top. Shiima's got it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, Ray. You're still in this.
We've seen so many times in the past the near superhuman amount of punishment Rowe can withstand.
You're absolutely right, because he is a great man. I love how you just keep agreeing with everything I say about how great this man is and how he should have the title.
I will never discredit Rowe's abilities. I don't think he should have the title. I don't think he should be playing politics.
He's not playing politics. He's a great wrestler.
Well, he's Norm's buddy for some reason. DDT, cover, hook in the legs. They go!
Oh, just a 2 count. Just a 2 count. Just a 2 count. Thank you, Lord. Just a 2
A
count.
long 2, and you can see the desperation on the face of Shiima Xion.
It looks like he's about to start crying.
You can see the emotion.
Emotion, he's crying. He can't keep a man down. The stature of Rowe.
Oh, God. Did you see how quickly Rowe popped up?
Oh!
Belly to belly, release superplex. Rowe got the title.
Come on, Ray, hook those tights.
When what?
What are you talking about?
When Rowe can unleash a suplex, he is in his element. He is in his
Look
zone.
at him, he's getting that sadistic look in his face. He's going to inflict some pain.
I think it's time he's
Yes,
signaling
hit it.
for it.
Hit it.
Death Rowe.
Hit it. If you hit this, it's over, Ray.
I can't argue. Death Rowe coming up. Shiima rolls through. Send Shiima vaulting back.
I mean, I will give Shiima some credit.
Is this all? Is it over? No.
I will give Shiima some credit. He can withstand a lot of punishment, a lot of pain, but he's just too small.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Shiima's overcome odds before.
Let's be honest. How much heart does Shiima Xion have?
All you got to do is look in the ring. He's
And
got
how
all the
much
heart
heart
in the world.
is that? How How much harder does it take to win a title?
His body may give out the force heart does. Roll up out of the death row. No! No! Still the champion. Shiima Xion defied the odds and defied management once again.
Your winner and still
He cheated. He hooked the tights. Did you see him hook the tights? He hooked the tights.
Shiima Xion did it the old-fashioned way again.
By hooking the tights.
He earned it. The future of fashion is the present of the IWC title scene, and Rowe and Shane Taylor, and Dave Chris for that matter, cannot believe it.
All this talk about heart, desire, determination, being the smallest guy in the county, blah, blah, blah. What does that really mean to a guy the stature of Rowe? He obviously had the tights hooked. He cheated. Rowe should have won this match.
You've been drinking the Norm Kool-Aid for too long.
The Norm Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's cute. I don't drink Kool-Aid. I drink Gatorade. And obviously you're drinking some Norm Haterade.
Rowe and Shane Taylor still in the ring. They cannot believe what has just happened.
He has to pull his tights down because he got the tights hooked against him.
I can see we're not going to meet a middle ground here.
I hate you, Shiima.
But either way, Shiima Xion is the heavyweight champion, and the IWC title is going to Mexico. How is Norm Connors going to get his championship back from the man he wronged out of it at the beginning of the year? And Chain versus 2x4. That is not legal. No board, no chain. I do not envy referee Stephen Coulter, who will have to attempt to maintain some semblance of order in this match. I don't think Coulter cares which corner it's in as long as it's out of the ring. Duggan is talking to his board. I could make a few derogatory puns, but I won't. And much like a Slaughter, much like a Patriot, a very pro-USA crowd. Oh, no. Duggan got a little carried away, forgot why he was here. Well, Hacksaw actually has an amateur wrestling background. Played football back in the day. But the rough, rugged, brawling style is what catapulted Hacksaw Jim Duggan to superstardom. How will he fare against one-man gang? Hacksaw Jim Duggan taking the crowd along for the ride here. Our main event, fifth night of legends. Hacksaw versus one-man gang. I haven't seen any contact yet, but certainly you got to give it advantage to Jim Duggan already. As I mentioned at the outset, Jim Duggan has been going forever. Hasn't stopped. Cancer did not defeat it. The wear and tear of years on the road and in the ring did not slow him down. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is one of the most timeless legends in professional wrestling, and you may not expect that. The gang try to fire a wild right, but Duggan battles back with these quick jabs. Winds up the right, and a huge shot takes the gang down. And the one-man gang needs to regroup. I don't think the gang's going to take a count out here. Well, maybe will. The gang halfway to the locker room. Gang's running out of time here. Duggan makes contact to break the count. Gang complaining about the count. Coulter explaining that Duggan started the count, so there's nothing you can really do about it. And Duggan tried to charge in, but right into the Gang's plot, and now a back and forth slugfest back in the corner. Duggan in control. Gang set to the ride. That's 300 plus pounds moving, but Gang got the foot up to take Hacksaw down. One-man Gang choking away. Gang was clubbing Rose in the back. These are two brawlers here. It's going to be a match of fisticuffs, that's for sure. Point of the elbow in between the shoulder blades by the Gang. Knows right where to hit. Get maximum potential out of these blows. Back elbow. Duggan put the brakes on, stayed on his feet, but Gang cinched right into a bear hug. When you got arms and a frame the size of the one-man Gang, that's going to do a lot of damage. Duggan trying to fight his way free. Boxes the ears of the Gang and then fires away with the right hand. And Duggan gets a head of steam. Look out, Gang with the elbow. Hacksaw Chip Duggan once again is down. Choking away. The Gang not pretty, but certainly doing what he needs to do to keep Hacksaw Jim Duggan down here in our Night of Legends 5 main event attraction. We've seen so much. We've seen Superfly Jimmy Snuka battle Cowboy Bob Orton. We've seen Mr. Hughes make an appearance. We saw the Patriot take care of Virgil earlier on. We saw the one and the only George the Animal Steel come to the rescue via turnbuckle. Of course, who can forget Sergeant Slaughter and Kamala and that suspicious Kim Chi. But right now, it all comes down to Hacksaw Jim Duggan in this bear hug now as a result of one-man Gang. And Duggan with a headbutt. That would be tough to gauge which of these athletes has the harder head. I think Duggan knocked himself out. Duggan fading, the arm is dropped twice. One more and it's over. Duggan, he's alive. The thumbs up.
5 minutes has elapsed in this bout. 5 minutes.
And Duggan biting the nose of one-man Gang. That's one way to get out of the bear hug. Not very legal, but it worked. And that just made the Gang mad. Double sledge to the back. The Gang trying to keep the pace slow. Keep Duggan out of this. Just slowly choke the life out of Hacksaw. Duggan reaching for the board. That's not going to do any favors unless he wants disqualified. But Duggan's not that kind of athlete to get intentionally disqualified, no matter who he's in the ring with. The one-man Gang is just relentlessly pounding on Duggan. Duggan's swinging wildly. I'm not sure where he is right now, or perhaps more importantly, if he knows where the Gang is. Duggan reverses, however. Gang hits the buckle. 3-point stance. Look out! A clothesline. The Gang is down. Duggan, cover, beats him.
Here is your winner, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw victorious here tonight against one-man Gang to cap off an amazing Night of the Legends in Franklin, Pennsylvania. But don't forget, May 15th and 16th, 12 men, 2 nights, 1 championship, Super Indy 8, the biggest Super Indy tournament of them all. Don't miss us on our next IWC release for our signature event, Super Indy 8. Good night from Franklin. You gotta get the belt off him. You were this close tonight.
pulled my tights on.
I know he pulled your tights. We were this close tonight. If we don't get that belt off of him before he goes to Mexico, I guarantee you he ain't coming back with that belt. And I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to get a new belt made. It's an embarrassment to IWC. You men are all better than this. I'm counting on each and every one of you who's got to come up with a plan by May 1st. I don't know what. Let him through. Let him through. I want in. Get that camera out of here.
Hey, Shiima. Hey, what's up?
Oh,
man?
hey, what's up, Logan?
Good job tonight.
Hey,
You look great out there, man.
appreciate it, dude.
Nice job with the boat. Great champion, bro. You mind if I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
On the real, man, I was wondering, trying to get a title shot.
You want a title shot?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Logan, I have no problem giving you a title shot. You just gotta earn a title shot first.
You want me to earn my title shot? Really?
Yeah.
What we made
Back up, baby. Let him go. Hey! 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 Look at me when I'm talking to you! You will never, ever screw me again! Do you understand? You'll never screw me again. You know why? Because you'll never have this again. This is going home.
Fun in Mexico.
Hey, go ahead, try to pick yourself up, punk. You gotta pick yourself up.
You better run to the border, boy.
Better run there quick. Make a chance.
IWC, 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 IWC.